So I definitely wanted to put up a video today, but unfortunately the two-part video that I'm working on currently is going to take a little bit longer. So in its stead, I'm going to upload this short segment from a video that I did that I had to take down and work on because of copyright issues. It's going to be about Lincoln Chafee, mostly on Bill Maher way back when. It's pretty funny now that Alex Wagner, who's featured on this, no longer has her show. And there's only so much relevance here, but I've already said in the past that I plan on doing a profile of each of the candidates that are running for president, at least for the Democratic primary, and for this video it features Lincoln Chafee, who looks like a dumb cunt. So don't take this video too seriously. I just wanted to put it back up and give you guys something to watch for the time being, and just enjoy this guy making an ass of himself. It's simple criticism of a religion. And when people try to pretend otherwise, they try to pretend that, oh, hate speech is this exception that we need to quash. We need to have blasphemy laws in the United States. I say, fuck you. Get the fuck out of this country. You're not American. That's an un-American statement. That's an un-American position to have. And no, you are not a civil libertarian if that's what you believe. But let's get to this clip.
Then down in Texas, this woman, Pamela Geller, who is herself kind of a loon. I'm not a fellow traveler with her, but she's the one who sponsored this Draw Muhammad cartoon contest. Okay. Now, it obviously was a provocation, but this is America. Do we not have the right to draw whatever we want?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Case closed. Right, Lincoln?
So the reason why this guy is turning to this Lincoln Chafee guy is because he knows where he's going to go. This right-wing guy, I don't really like him. I watched another clip from this actual episode of Real Time, and he says some things that I ultimately disagree with. I think he was a pussy on a few other subjects that I think it had to do with big business or something. I can't quite remember. So you have to understand, this guy right here is my ideological opponent. But unfortunately, here I am in the situation where Lincoln is going to try to split the baby. He's going to try to bridge this distance, and he can't do it. And I lose so much fucking support in this guy at all to be in the 2016 election. Because honestly, if you're a fucking Democrat, you need to come out and say, I am more than willing to say that I am a civil libertarian and support the First Amendment. If someone wants to criticize Islam, that's their absolute right to do so. Any other equivocation, any other bullshit from that, you don't have my fucking support. Like, I am so sick and tired of censorship in this fucking country. People tiptoeing around Islam as if it's some sort of special needs fucking group. It's like, no. The real minority in the United States is fucking atheists. Everyone fucking hates us. No one trusts us. Fuck Islam. Fuck them. They're fucking insane and they believe in Stone Age bullshit. It's regressive. It's misogynist. It's garbage. Stop tiptoeing around this fuck awful faith.
Yes, I'm a civil libertarian all the way, and talk about the rights of the people at Penn not to attend that dinner to award to Charlie Hebdo. That's their right, and that's what we Americans stand up for.
I just gotta say, keep digging that fucking hole, Lincoln. The more you speak, the worse you look on this matter.
But as I said earlier in the show, this chasm between Muslims and the rest of the world, we need to address it. It's tap down some of the
but not
divisions.
Everything can be a moral equivalence, can it? I mean,
we can't control these people from doing their.
Can I read what Gary Trudeau said? Because he was on
cartoons.
And again, you can't split this fucking baby, dude. You want to talk about, you want to reduce the divisiveness of this issue. Bro, I'm not the one showing up at events killing people. They're the ones showing up killing people for fucking drawing a cartoon. They're the ones that are responsible for the violence, not the stupid right-wingers that drew the fucking cartoons. There's no splitting the baby on this. Your choices are someone invoking the right to free speech, someone drawing a fucking cartoon, and a fucking insane fascist showing up with a rifle, an assault rifle, attempting to assassinate some random speaker. That's the chasm. That's the divide. And I'm not fucking siding with the fascists. I have no sympathy for the fascists. Jesus Christ. Let's continue.
He's on the side of the writers who are protesting giving Charlie Hebdo a Courage Award. He said this a couple of weeks ago. He said Charlie Hebdo was punching downward by attacking a powerless, disenfranchised minority with crude, vulgar drawings. Charlie wandered into the realm of hate speech, which in France is only illegal if it directly incites violence. Wait, well, voila, the 7 million copies that were published following the killings did exactly that, triggering violent protests across the Muslim world. So this assumes that we just have to accept that Muslims are unable to control themselves the way we would ask everyone else in the world. To me, that's bigotry. That's the soft bigotry of low expectation.
Here's Bill Maher actually making a point. Islam or Muslims is a special need minority. They are massive in number throughout the world, but they are special needs because apparently when they see a fucking cartoon, they lose their minds. They riot. They look to kill anyone they can. Or they look for someone to answer for this. And their answer is death. Their answer is assassination. Their answer is to try to silence any voice that criticizes their fascist dogma.
Let me say, if I may.
We don't ask anybody else in the world.
Gary Trudeau is a coward, and the other PEN writers who protested that award are cowards. That is the best thing you can say about them at this point. Let me say this.
People who have isn't the whole point of free speech to not judge people based on what
No,
they're
that's
saying?
definitely not the role of free speech. You judge, you just don't censor.
Oh my God, Alex Wagner. Oh my God. You are definitely a pundit on MSNBC because holy shit are you fucking dumb. The right to free speech is not to offend, is not to have prejudice. That's the point of free speech. Hold on, let me bring up the fucking Wikipedia page for you, Alex Wagner. Should I email this to you? Jesus Christ. Look at her big fucking, look at this fucking smile. Look at this big, stupid, simpering fucking smile.
You don't just have a right to free speech. When someone's position is, if you offend me, I will kill you, it becomes virtuous for you to offend that person. You need to offend that person. You need to shock them out of their horrible position.
Well,
listen to your language. You're talking about hatred. You're talking about all the harsh language here.
He's not talking about fucking hatred. Lincoln, Jesus Christ, dude. He's not the bigoted person in this discussion. He's stating that it is their right. He doesn't necessarily agree with it. He never said anything about religion. He simply said it's their right to provocate. They're not doing anything wrong. They're not doing anything illegal or unconstitutional. They have every right to do it. Why? There's no disagreement. There's no way to disagree. Unless you disagree with the Constitution. In which case, fuck off. Good, I'm glad you're no longer a governor of Rhode Island. I'm glad you're no longer a politician. And I shouldn't vote for you in the 2016 primary, despite being a registered Democrat. Because you sympathized with fascist gunmen more than you do your own fucking citizens.
But we're
Lincoln, guys are taking up
we're
guns.
talking about people who went in to kill people versus
we live in a world of nuclear weapons.
You're talking about two different.
And Pakistan has nuclear weapons.
The first thing
we
is
need to tamp down the language here.
Yeah, well, okay. The first thing about
And this is where this guy should lose anybody's vote. Because the Pakistanis have nukes, we shouldn't say anything about Muslims. We should live in fear because of what the Muslims might do with nuclear weapons in these countries. You know what you just did? You made a very credible argument why there should be no theocracy or any Middle Eastern country or any Muslim-dominated country that should have nukes. You just made that statement. You just made that argument. And you know what's terrible about that, man? I agree with you. I agree that there shouldn't be any country that is dominated by Muslims that should be allowed to have nukes. Because they're fucking crazy. They are violent in response to any criticism. The lowest form of fucking mockery results in them wanting to assassinate any voice that comes out in the ether from any nation across the world, especially in the West. They want to assassinate us. You know, Pakistan is some third world shithole. Maybe they shouldn't have nukes, man. Should we intervene? Is that what you're proposing? I doubt it, because you're fucking liberal pussy. Shut the fuck up.
the PEN Award is, I mean, I think I'm in agreement here. You test your moral convictions by using the most repugnant examples. The Westboro Baptist Church has every right to be doing what the Westboro Baptist Church
That's
does.
the God hates fags people.
Exactly.
They
And that
always
is hideous.
protest my shows, and it never ends in a gun battle.
Yeah, notice how many people have been killed.
Wait, just you know.
Never ends in a gun battle.
And that's free speech, and that's why Charlie Hebdo should continue on to do whatever. I mean, this is how we know their true convictions. But I don't think it's fair to say that all Muslims are warmongering.
No.
No one said that, Alex Wagner. No one said that. You are straw-manning Charlie Hebdo. You are straw-manning anyone that criticizes Islam. There are plenty of Muslims that are just going to sit on their ass and say, ooh, they're going to sulk. They're not going to do shit because they're pussies and they're just not into that religion. They're not willing to pull the trigger. But unfortunately, with Muslims, with Islam specifically, there is enough crazy people that are willing to pull the trigger in which there is cause to be concerned.
Well, no, I didn't say that.
No one said that.
I said that's what Gary Trudeau was assuming when he said his statement, that we cannot allow these combustible people to be given an excuse
That's right.
to do
And
that.
so many in the media have had that position. CNN has said this, people on CNN, New York Times, some on Fox have said this. They forward the argument of, well, if you wear a short skirt, don't be surprised when you're raped. They have laid this on the victim. They have said, you were provoking it. Don't be surprised when you get shot.
And the truth is that there are a lot of Muslims in that area. That's why they picked that town. And none of them even came out to protest silently because they didn't want to give it oxygen. So obviously, why don't we get on the side of those Muslims? The ones who want to live in the 21st century instead of making excuses for the ones who want to live in the 7th.
And that's the end of this clip. But I just want to say that this is becoming a litmus test for authoritarian and libertarian because, again, it's just a matter of people that believe that feelings should have more weight than the Constitution, that liberty should be suppressed in favor of feelings of radical fascists. Fuck fascism. Fuck these fascists. Fuck their dogma. Fuck Muhammad. Fuck Islam. Fuck radical Muslims. Fuck all of them. Fuck Pakistan. Fuck all of these fascist assholes. I'm not giving them an inch. I'm not giving any of my liberty to them. And again, this is just another situation where atheists, again, least trusted, most people are fearful of them. There is discrimination that happens and no one gives a flying fuck about. Because we're too busy holding the hand of fucking Muslims and women. Oh my God, half the fucking demographic of the United States. Oh my God, they're so oppressed. This is such unbelievable horseshit. And it just continues. If you sympathize with the fascist, I hope you do speak up and out yourself as a sympathizer to un-American principles. In which case, you should be completely dismissed. Your opinion should be completely discarded because your mind is just in this echo chamber of bad thinking. You don't recognize the absolute importance of free speech. And that's what I have to say for now.